Good morning. Let me make sure I am live everywhere I need to be live. All right. Beautiful. So let me get this open over here. Hello, hello. Oh, wait a minute. I'm putting the wrong thing in here. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. And as you get here, I know it takes me a minute to even get to this part a lot of times, but a lot of hoops to go through. Good morning, Allie. Good morning, Wendy. So good to have you here. And this morning, I've been thinking a lot about the calling of my heart. And sometimes when you have a calling, something that you feel so passionate about, sometimes it takes a lot of courage and a lot of strength to step out of your comfort zone, to learn new things to help you, right? And it can be quite uncomfortable sometimes. And so this morning's affirmation and journal prompt are kind of addressing a little bit of that for me. And I don't know if you all deal with that. However, that are on here now. However, I know a lot of people do. And so let me just check real quick and see if we have any. Let me get this over here. Oh, where's my. Just trying to make sure I'm doing all the things, right? All right. So I hope you guys are having, good morning, Sean. So I hope you guys are having a beautiful morning this morning. I've been a busy bee actually doing laundry this morning for some reason. I was so busy over the weekend, I didn't do my laundry. So I was doing some of it last night and this morning. And I've been quite busy with all of those things. Good morning, Wendy McDowell. Glad to have you here. We got the Wendy show going again. So maybe the other Wendy will show up too. So, like I'm asking, I hope, is it beautiful where you're at? Now, Sean, I know where you live. So, and you're not too far from me. So it's a beautiful day. Good morning, Stacy. So, how is the weather where you're at? I'm hoping that you're having sunshine, and if you're not having sunshine, you're having some rainbows. I'm going to go ahead and grab today's affirmation because I said this is one of the ones I was thinking about this morning because I've been really, yes, it is a beautiful day, right? Currently in Pennsylvania, it's warm and bright and sunny. Yay, yay, good, good. So the thing that's been coming up for me is that the passion thing, because I'm really passionate about working with you guys, and not just working with you guys, but contributing to your lives and being a community. And so it's growing and it's becoming even more, and I'm loving every second of it. However, when you're passionate about something, some things feel daunting, some things feel out of your scope. And so it's a lot about having the courage to step out of your comfort zone and do things that you don't normally do, and kind of embracing them because a lot of times we look at stepping out of our comfort zone as this horrible thing that we have to do, right? And so the thing is that we don't have to do anything, right? We have free will. We can just sit back and let things be. That's all up to us. But if you have a passion, it's like this internal thing has you say, this is such an amazing thing that I can do, and whatever it takes is worth it, right? So let me get this affirmation up. So give me just a second. So I made a copy and paste and put it there. I have the heart of a lion, and I believe in my strength to achieve anything I desire. Ooh. So who in here has a heart of a lion? I want to know, because I love this, because a lot of times we're going by meekly, um, doing the things that we've normally done, right? The things that haven't gotten us where we wanted to go. Yeah, yeah, so good. And because the definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing and expect different results. So if you're a person that's been, like, for me, I became a health coach probably, gosh, I don't even remember. Is it 7, 8 years ago? I played with that thing forever before I ever got really invested in it. And I really didn't become as passionate about it until I met Stacy and started my podcast. And it's like, so all of those things I handled totally different than I do now, because I'm more passionate about it than I've ever been in my life. It's like, it feels like the thing that keeps me going. It's the thing that feeds my soul. It, uh, and it's going to make me cry. Doggone it. It's it's the thing that gives me this feeling of purpose. And the thing that's that's interesting is, for those that know me well, one of my fears has always been to be forgotten, right? And to not have made a big enough difference in people's lives. And that's when you get forgotten, when you haven't um, used your passion to help others, right? And so the interesting thing for me today, which um, Wendy Unger, I will say, I appreciate that so much, because when I was having the internet issues the other day and I wasn't on, I didn't get on and say why I wasn't here, because my phone wasn't even connecting. And it was like crazy. So I didn't get on the live until 22 minutes after I was supposed to. But Wendy actually put up a post and said, "Where are you? I hope everything's okay," and stuff. And before I started doing all of this with you guys, I just feel like nobody would have noticed that I wasn't there. And so I'm just grateful to have all of you. Gosh, I can't read through tears. Let's see. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you. But it's interesting. Until I got to this place where I was passionate about this, none of this would be happening. I would not be affecting any of you. I would not be here live talking. I would not be doing any of the things I was doing, because I wasn't passionate about it. And I've become so passionate about all of this and how I can help you. And that's why there's a poll in the group right now about, I'm going to do a workshop next month. I don't know what I'm going to do. I just know that I've got some time that I'm allotting for that, to make another difference in your lives. And then we've done those master classes, the programs there, and all these different things. But there was something that was telling me, and it came really from a conversation I was having with Stacy. And it was like, oh yeah, this is some of the things that people are asking for. So let me just see, what do you want? And so if you haven't seen the poll, and I don't know if I pinned it, I cannot remember, but I'll go back and do that. But go in and answer that poll and let me know what it is that you would love to have a workshop on next month. And because I am so passionate about this, that I want to make sure that I'm doing the things that help you move the needle, right? To help you make the difference in your life, to have the heart of the lion and believe in your strengths, right? Because if we don't, we make a little difference or we make none. And so our purpose in life is, or my opinion, our purpose in life is to make the world a better place. It's to make our lives better, the people around us. And that doesn't mean that you do these astronomical things. It can be from smiling to people in the line and having a conversation with someone that just needs somebody to listen, have a listening ear. So what you do is you do you, boo, right? However that looks. But the thing is, most of the time we're sitting back and we're just not stepping forward. And that's why this group is called Stand Up and Step Up and Stand Out, because we can't stand out and make a difference in people's lives if we don't stand up and do something, right? So you answered good, good. So when you're thinking about this heart of the lion, what comes up for you? Believing in your strengths and achieving anything I desire. Does that feel true? Does it feel like something you could believe if you could change a little bit of your limiting beliefs? So maybe answer for me. Does it feel like it's true now, or does it feel like it could be true with just some little tweaks? Or does it feel like it is so out of reach, you just don't believe it? Yes, yes, beautiful. Good morning, Laura. I didn't even realize you were here. So beautiful, beautiful. And one of the things that we can be working on with this workshop that's coming up next month is some of this is how can we embrace our heart of a lion and believe in our strengths if that's something that comes up for you. And so make sure you go in, if you haven't already, and participate in the poll, and just let me know so I know what the majority of people are looking for. And so that way, it is for you. But I will ask you to do me a solid. If you go into the poll and you give me some ideas of what to do, I would love it if when I do the workshop, you could be there live. However, if you can't be there live, to make sure you watch the replay, because I love doing this stuff, but I do this for you, not for me. Well, some of it's for me because it always helps me when I'm helping you. It's like a reciprocal thing. It just creates this flow between the two of us, right? Between all of us. So it is powerful stuff that we can help each other by doing this, right? And so I'm really excited about doing this workshop with you guys next month, whatever it's about. We will work on that, right? So for today, let's look at our affirmation. I have the heart of a lion, and I believe in my strength to achieve anything I desire. And one of the things that this brings up for me, and I know I'm talking about passions and all this stuff, but one of the things it brings up for me is that I rent a house right now, and I love this house. Is it my dream house? No. And I've had people ask me, so do you want to buy this house? And in the beginning, I thought, yes, I would like to buy this house. But the more I think about it, it's like, if the possibilities are endless and I can have anything I desire, would this be the one I pick? Maybe not. Maybe I would like one with a different floor plan. Maybe I would like one with more closets. Maybe I would like one with a better garden. I don't know. And so just doing this morning has made me think maybe one of the things that would be really good to be playing with. Now, I've signed a 2-year lease here, so I'm here for 2 years unless something big happens and I want to move out earlier and I sublet the place. You're never stuck wherever you are, right? So I don't know what's coming. Remember, we've talked about, we can say we know how we're getting somewhere, but it could be a whole different path, right? So I'm being open to right now, one of the things that I'm going to be doing within the next, well, I'm going to do a little bit today if I have time, is just start perusing houses in certain areas and see where do I really want to be, and what do I want it to look like, and just start playing, right? I mean, there's no harm in playing. As a matter of fact, the more you play, right, Laura, the more you play with all of this, the more fun it becomes, and the more you can bring to you, right? So, what if just by deciding that I'm open to something different and I just start looking, what if, in a 6 months, a year, the perfect house pops into my field of vision, right? And then the perfect circumstances pop into my field of vision that I can get that house, and that this one will be completely taken care of by somebody else, and the cycle of amazing synchronicities will continue, right? Who knows? That may be the case. It may be 2 years. When the lease is up, then the perfect house comes up. Doesn't matter, right? What matters is that I'm open to it. Yes. Yes. Let your imagination get to work. Yes. So that, and just thinking about it just feels delicious in itself, because when we open ourselves up to, there's the possibilities of everything, then we're bringing it in. Now, if I was looking at these things and then hating where I'm at, that would be totally different, because you can't hate your current circumstances and bring something into you. Those two emotions do not connect. It's like they repel each other, right? So the only way this works is if I love where I'm at, even though I recognize that it's not my forever home, that it's not where I want to be for the rest of my life. It's not my dream space, right? But I still love it here. I love all the things it offers me. I love the size of it. I love that I have all these skylights and all these different things that I want in my next one, I'll tell you. But it's that I can embrace and love where I'm at, as I'm looking at the fact that I can achieve anything. I can have anything that I want. And so then you're opening the portal, so to speak, of letting it flow in. And remember, when we pay attention, when we have, because I don't know if, I know everybody's not on all my lives, so I don't know who sees and who doesn't. So there are, and like I've said before, and I say that a lot, is that I may be off on the numbers, because I'm speaking from something I read and researched, but not necessarily have it written down in front of me so I can recite it completely. I'll tell you that. But there's 50 billion bits of information that come to us all the time, per second, right? Now, if we were aware of all those 50 billion bits of information, we would go crazy. And I really feel like a lot of people that are maybe deemed crazy, that it's not necessarily that, it's that they don't have the filter to filter out some of the stuff, because typically we are only privy, we do only allow ourselves to see 2,000 bits per second. Now that's a huge difference, right? But that means the 2,000 bits that you're seeing are created, are noticed because of your thoughts, your emotions, and the things that you've had happen in the past. That's what gives us our ability to see, right? So, like I talk a lot about changing our lens of the world. Well, you only change that lens of the world by getting rid of some of these past limiting beliefs and ideas and things that we've gotten. And half the time we don't, well, almost 90% of the time, we don't even know we have them. But we can recognize if everything that's coming up in our field of vision is negative, then we got some major beliefs that are holding us back. And maybe it's not all the time, but maybe it's something that keeps reoccurring in your life. Then we've got some limiting beliefs we need to work through. And so there's all these different things that, and I'm saying all this because if we believe we can achieve anything we desire, if we've got some limiting beliefs that have been keeping us stagnant in our lives, we're not going to get all of that information in our 2000 bits because we've got some really big beliefs that make it where we can only see these. It's almost like we've got a bowl and it's got all of our field of vision, the things that we will allow in our lives, right? And there's another bowl over here that we're not even dipping in because we're so into this bowl that we've got. Let's see. It comes up anytime you want to go to a new level. That's why it's important to do the work. Yes, yes. And so let's just imagine it's these bowls, okay? Because maybe that helps. For some reason, right now it helps me to explain. So you've got this bowl of your 2000 bits that you allow into your life because of all your past and your emotions and your feelings and your beliefs, right? But then there's this, and our bowl's like this, right? But there's this bowl over here that is just huge, that has so many things in there, so many things that we can take advantage of, that we can see, that we can learn, that we can grow with. But we don't do that because we're stuck in our little bowl, or maybe it's a box. I don't know. The thing is that if we begin to start getting rid of some of our limiting beliefs, little by little, we can start reaching into this bowl over here and bringing things in that support us more. Now, that could be you meet new people that can help you to grow. Maybe it's that you get these ideas and you dive into your intuition. There's so many things that we can do once we start getting these limiting beliefs out of our lives. And how you do that in the beginning is by doing these things. This makes a huge difference in your life if you do it. And the thing is that things that are easy to do are also very easy not to do. And so it's your choice. And it doesn't happen overnight. It's like if it did, it'd scare the shit out of you. Because it's like if you could imagine things and then immediately pop into your life, that would scare you. For one thing, we want to filter that out, because if you all of a sudden you think of this scary tiger that's might be roaming the streets somewhere else or whatever, and then suddenly it's in their room with you, would that be good? Hell no. So we have to do the work so that when the thing comes, when we dip into that bowl and we bring it into our current life, we can handle it, we can love it, we can enjoy it. Because I'll tell you right here today, where I am now, where I go live every day in this group, I do podcast all the time. I'm guest on podcast. I speak. I do all these things. A year and a half ago, if you had even told me that, I would have been saddled with complete terror. Because I would go live. I would do lives in my group sometimes where I did meditations and everything. But I'll be honest, at that point, the only people that really showed up were the people that I knew really, really well. Not a damn stranger, right? And so that was simple. It was like, and half the time, I'll be perfectly honest when I say it was somebody I know, half the time it was my sister and my niece. And they would be there. We would be on Zoom and it was great. However, it would have scared me to death at that point in my life if there had been a whole bunch of people interacting on the call. I mean, it would have. I would have probably been stumbling over my words, and and I'll have to, maybe I'll share it some one time. Hold on, let's see. I can't see that far. You are crushing it. It's been unbelievable to see you grow. Oh, thank you, Stacy. The thing is that when I was doing all of that stuff, I felt like I was out of my comfort zone then, right? And I was growing and I was learning. And so it's been this journey. and that I've grown to be able to do this right here. So if it were to happen overnight, you wouldn't be able to handle it. That's why there are the people that you hear that are overnight successes. No, it's usually a lot of times they've been 10 years in the making. They've been 5 years in the making, 3 years in the making, whatever it is that didn't happen overnight. It just appears that way. It's like going back to when I was so heavy, right? I had to lose 50 pounds before anybody even noticed. Before they even noticed. The first time somebody said, wow, you've lost some weight, I had already lost 50 pounds. Isn't that wild to think about? Nobody noticed because it wasn't that apparent, because I was so large that it didn't look that different to them until I got to that space. But now the people that, as I kept releasing weight after that, I would have somebody come in and that hadn't seen me in 6 weeks or so, and they'd say, oh, are you going to keep losing weight? Because you might get too skinny. But it's because they had been gone for 6 weeks. So it was a big difference between that 50 pounds I'd lost and 20 more, right? And so to them, it felt like it had happened overnight, but it did not. And so it's, good morning, Lynn. Great to see you. It's an amazing thing is that we want things to happen so fast. And I know I can be very guilty of that. And Stacy can attest to this. Because it's like, how can I make this happen better? How can I make it happen faster? I want to make a bigger difference, right? But I have to remember, or it helps me to remember, that it's happening exactly the way it's supposed to. But now I know that I have the ability. So I have the heart of a lion, and I believe in my strength to achieve anything I desire. Right? So let me get to the journal prompt. This is a good one too. All right. What courageous action can I take today to demonstrate my belief in myself and my abilities? All right, so I'm asking you the question. Is anybody ready to give up an answer? Now, if you don't want to, that's okay, but I would love to hear. I think that's the most painful thing someone can say. You'll get too skinny. I know. It kind of negates it. It's like, there's no such, there is such a thing, but that is not me. Right now, I still want to release 20 pounds. I've been wanting to release it for quite a while. The thing is, I'm okay. But to have someone say that, but I will tell you, one of the best statements I ever got was, I was talking to one of my clients, and they had been a client for a very, very long time. And I said something about when I was so heavy, and she said, I don't remember you ever being heavy. I thought, what? What? You don't remember when I was waddling in and I couldn't bend over and get something if it fell off into the floor? You don't remember that? But she didn't. And so it's like she only remembered me as I was right then. So to me, that was powerful, right? Because we sometimes think when things are a certain way that people always remember how bad it was or the mistakes that we made. No, they don't. And that's beautiful too, right? So we don't have to remember either. Although I do like to look every now and then if I start chastising myself a little bit because this 20 pounds is still here. And maybe, not everybody's supposed to be a certain size, a certain weight or whatever. So maybe this is where my body wants to be. I don't know. But I figure as long as I'm doing all the things that are geared toward health, then if I never release the 20 pounds, will I be ecstatic? No. But will I be okay? Yes. Right? You can never be too rich or too thin. One of my daughter has a magnet that's on the refrigerator. What does it say? You can never be too rich, you can never be overeducated are overly rich, something like that. I don't remember what it is. It's a quote from someone, and I'll see if I can get it, and I'll share it with you guys. But it's on our refrigerator as a reminder, but it's a beautiful thought, right? All right. So, does anybody want to share what you can do today? What action can you take today to demonstrate your beliefs in yourself and your abilities? So, one of mine is that I'm going to go ahead and start researching for this dream house that I know I can have. I just got to find it and then let um, let synergistically blah, 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 synergistically have all the things line up to make it mine, right? And even if it's not that one, I'm honing in to where God, the universe, my subconscious mind, the magnetic field, the whole shebang starts understanding more of what I'm looking for, and then it'll just show up. In San Diego. Who the hell knows, right? I'll make sure I look there too. I will say I don't remember if I shared here yesterday. Oh my gosh. I share things in so many different arenas, from working with my clients to on here. But I have been fascinated, and I know it's not San Diego, but I have been fascinated with this show that's on Netflix. And it is a real estate company. It's a guy that has his own real estate business, and he has all these amazing real estate agents, and they're in New York. And these agents are $1 million agents, every single one of them. And they say that the basic salary or income for a real estate agent is $40,000 a year. And that's the base, right? That's where most of them end up. The largest percentage end up there. Well, this actual guy, he has people that are selling properties like right now in this, I don't know if where they are, but in this part of the series that I'm looking at, they're working on selling a condo it's not in Manhattan. I don't remember where it's at, but it's in New York, and it's the highest um, um, condo building anywhere from what they say. And it's one of the penthouse things. And it's selling for, what is it? $20 million? No, I think it's more than that. I don't remember. But it has like 6 bedrooms and 14 bathrooms, and it's exquisite, right? And it has, like, when you walk in, it's all windows and you can see other states. It is so high, and all you can see everything, and the view is amazing everywhere you go. And then they have this deck outside where you can go outside and you can just see. I mean, it's amazing, right? But the thing that I love about this is that same reason I love the movie, if you've never seen it, Crazy Rich Asians, is because I like recognizing that that kind of wealth does exist. Now, some of these people are kind of cutthroat and everything, but I don't pay attention to that. All I'm paying attention to is that there are a big, huge population of people that have enough wealth to buy things like that. I don't know that I would want that thing. That's not the point. The point is to be able to make that decision, to be able to go anywhere and say, that's the one I like. Oop, I'll get it. That would be amazing, right? And they had one of the newest people that was brought into this agency. She's young and she's new, so she's having to prove herself. And so she's one of the ones that goes and shows rental properties. And so these rental properties, she was there was like one that she was showing that was like $3,000 or $4,000 a month. And then she was saying, well, gosh, I'm not going to make any money doing this. And somebody shared with her that they would let her show some of her rental properties. And they started at $10,000 a month. And I'm thinking, $10,000 a month for a rental property. That seems extravagant, right? But it's just like I was talking about those boots the other day for those that heard me about the boots. It's yeah, that's what you love about the yacht story. Yeah, such a mind opener. It's mind blowing. I love this show because it bends your reality to where, oh my gosh, I thought everybody lived like this. But oh no. So if that's a possibility for them, the only difference between me and them is maybe some of the knowledge that they have. I don't want to be a real estate agent, right? But the people that are buying, right? The people that are renting those, the only difference is here, right? And because the only difference between where I was a year ago when I didn't have my podcast, I didn't have any of this stuff, was here. And then because this opened up, I was able to see and grab something out of this other bowl because I didn't believe that was within my capabilities, right? Because it wasn't within my belief, right? So let's see, Wendy, you said, Wendy Unger, I will specify. I have to, let me just bring it up over here. So I quit looking down at the doggone phone. See if it shows up here. Yes. I have to start planning how to eat next week on the ship to stay on my plan and when I can fit in my workout. Yeah. Well, the thing is be open to things changing and don't be too structured into the planning. Just go in with knowing that you are going to eat for life. You're going to eat for your health regardless. And, this is something that I help a lot of people with. Like there's one person that she was, and she did a testimonial for me, a video testimonial, but she was facing the holidays and she knew that she was going to be inundated with sweets and everything because it was Christmas. It was right at Christmas time. And she said at work, they have them out everywhere. She knew it was going to be so easy for her to indulge. And she was having some issues with diabetes and she wasn't heavy, but she was a overachiever when it came to working out, so she kind of, well, anyway, so anyway, yes, I did help you with that, Stacy. And this person that I'm talking about, with hypnosis, the next day she sent me a message because she had gone to work and all of these sweets were everywhere. And she said not once did she feel the desire to grab one. And so she was able to show up as how she wanted to be without having to fight it. Because when it's the worst is when you're seeing all those sweets and you're saying, oh my gosh, if I could only have that. I can't though because I'm trying to lose weight, or I can't though because I have this sugar issue. It's those conversations that are very detrimental to you, right? And let's see what is going on over here. Let me check. Your body feeling healthy helps you stand up and stand out confidently, totally aligned with everything. Yes, yes. So it's amazing. And so if you want, Wendy, before you go, I did send, when I sent you that video, I had a special deal in there. If you want to take advantage of that and do a hypnosis session before you go, that would be beautiful too. So that's entirely up to you. And but I'm telling you, it makes a huge, huge difference because you don't want to be torturing yourself the whole time you're gone. That to me, when you're constantly saying, "Oh, I can't." Yes, yes, beautiful. I'm so glad you're feeling so good. I love it. All right, I'm just checking to see. All right, so let's get back really quick to our affirmation. I have the heart of a lion and I believe in my strength to achieve anything I desire. So make sure you put that. You're welcome, Wendy. Put that on your sticky notes, your index card, your screensaver on your phone. Put it anywhere you can so that today you are reminded that you do have a heart of a lion and that you believe in the strength to achieve anything you desire, because it comes down to what you believe. Now, whether you're religious or not, doesn't matter, but I'm just going to tell you that one of the things that Jesus says in the Bible, every time he heals somebody or does something, he doesn't say, I healed you. Not once. He says, your faith has made you well. And it's just like with hypnosis. If you believe wholeheartedly that it's going to work for you, it will work. But if you're standing back saying, prove me wrong, prove to me that this works, it ain't going to help you, because it takes a belief. Because remember, our subconscious mind is constantly listening to everything we're doing. It's got a tablet and it's taking notes constantly. And if you say that something is outside of your ability, guess what it's going to prove? It's outside of your ability. If you say that's impossible, that's not going to work, what's going to happen? It's not going to work, because it's always keeping score. It's always making sure that your beliefs are demonstrated around you all the time. So just remember that. So utilize this affirmation and give it emotion, give it heart, believe it. Because in order for it to really take root and become you, you got to have some faith, some belief. All right, so now let's go to our journal prompt. What courageous action can I take today to demonstrate my belief in myself and my abilities? All right. Oh, thank you, Stacy. So remember, get your notebook out, your journal out, put the date, put the affirmation and the journal prompt, and take some moment to be in silence, quiet your mind, and then dive into this. What courageous actions can I take today to demonstrate my belief in myself and my abilities? Whew. That's a big one, right? So what do you believe? And if what's coming up for you in your life is not what you want, you definitely have some beliefs in there that need a little tweaking, right? So start here. Demonstrate ways that you can believe in yourself and your abilities. And the reason I tell you to put the date there is so that you can see what's coming up for you today, and then come back in 30 days and say, whew, look what was coming up for me then. And because I demonstrated that belief in myself and my abilities, and I took courageous action, look where I am now. Because I didn't get here today from not taking courageous action. I did, but it was not a painful action. It was a little uncomfortable sometimes, outside my comfort zone. However, it felt like that's the thing I have to do. That is the thing that's going to make me feel alive. And then when I got someone who could help me to make those things happen, and maybe, because some of the things, like with Stacy, when she tells me, do this, 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 and this, I do this, this, and this, and this, because she's giving me direction on how to do it. And the thing is that if I don't do it right then, I know sometimes I can be a procrastinator. And so I want to do it immediately. And that's why sometimes when I'm in a group of people on Zoom or in a crowd or anything, and somebody asks for somebody to speak about something, I'll be the first one to put my hand up, because I want to say what I want to say. But sometimes I find that if other people have gone before me, I change what I wanted to say depending on what they said. And I don't like that. So I like to go first. That way I know I'm speaking my truth and it doesn't get altered by others. And I know that has nothing to do with any of this, but that's just something that I thought I'm going to say. So, all right, you guys. Time's about up for us today, but I love each and every one of you. Thank you for being here and playing full out. And if you want to share in the group any epiphany that you had today, or maybe take a picture of your journal, do something, you're more than welcome to do that. Ooh, I love that. Have a courageous day. Beautiful, Wendy. All right. So everybody, you heard it from Wendy Unger, Shapira. Yeah, Shapira. That's what you do. You have a courageous day. So go ahead and do it. Mwah.